Hello, love wrestling. It's Thursday night. It's 8 p.m. And you know what that means. It's another new episode of Between Two Beards.
Can we start off with the biggest news of the week? The Rats lost! But every night I make a new best friend, and the only problem is we like having a good time. Look at yourself now. If you got the budget, I've got the time.
There he is.
Hey, boss!
There's the boss.
Hey!
The man with the finest beard on this screen.
Canadian men, boys, shut the hell up. Let me talk.
You see, the Rads are resourceful. When I got beef with somebody, I can find a way to talk to them.
Listen between two beers.
Getting down.
Hello, love wrestling. It is Thursday night. It is 8 p.m. And you all know what that means by now. It's another new episode of Between Two Beards. Now, I know what you're thinking. Sully, you are correct. It is time to beard it up, my friend. But I know what you're thinking. Everyone's thinking, where the hell's Pluggo? Well, as you can see, our guest for this evening, who we are thrilled to have for the next 60 minutes until Quizplex at the top of the hour, we have our buddy Mike. Mike is from the Indeed podcast over on Fightful Overbooked. He is also part of our weekly Sunday brunch, or the brunch gimmick, I should say. Sullivan, correct. Wait. This is only a beard and a half. Yep. Pluggo will be joining us shortly. One of Pluggo's children, I believe his oldest child, plays football, and some of their weekly games are on Thursdays, and Pluggo is being a great dad and watching his kid play football. So there might be a couple Thursdays here or there in the rotation coming up this fall where Pluggo might be a few minutes late, so our guest and myself will wing it, and we'll do the best we can. Until Pluggo. Well, Sully, I go on vacations. I was on vacation 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. Look, it's not JPJ's fault that he couldn't afford Taryn from county tonight, and he had to call me up instead.
I reached out. Taryn's our girl, but I am very thrilled to have Mike here. We have a lot to cram in over the next 60 minutes. A lot to cram in. We have All In, which you can see Mike and myself, our extensive opinions on the reacts that we had here on Love Wrestling that we did right after All In. So that is out there, but we want to hear Pluggo's. There we go. We got Lawrence popping in saying, Mike de God. You are not wrong, sir.
At least Lawrence appreciates me.
If you are here, please like and subscribe on this video. Click the bell for notifications. If you want your comment 100% read during this show, all you have to do is leave us a super chat, and that would make us forever grateful, as your support on that helps us keep doing this, pays the staff a little bit, hooks us up with some things. So feel free to show some love if you are willing to do so. So we got about a little under an hour. We have to talk a little bit about All In. We got to talk a little bit about All Out. But I have a feeling once Pluggo gets here, we're going to be talking about a whole lot of CM Punk. And what's going on there. But I figured I wanted to talk about, and this is somebody that, this year he's really gotten thrown into another level of spotlight. But I've been on this guy since the beginning. I used to do a show called The War Report when Love Wrestling first started with my buddy The Franchise. And we would do NXT Black and Gold and AEW when they were both on Wednesdays and stuff like that. And it was called The War Report. And him and I, even when Orange Cassidy, when AEW first started, Matt and I were always glowing about Orange Cassidy. And now it seems after that promo that he cut last night, there's a lot of people around the industry now that are glowing about Orange Cassidy, which is good thing because he's great. But he still gets a ton. I don't understand. I never have understood why Orange Cassidy gets hated on as much as he does. But this guy is going to main event All Out this Sunday night against Jon Moxley, and I think he should beat Jon Moxley. I don't know if he will.
Damn,
Yeah, an honest rate, Doc. An honest rate.
It's not a beard.
It's getting there though. I feel it's getting there. It's not. It's a goatee. It's a goatee.
Truth be told, I haven't shaved my cheeks in like months.
Really?
I can't grow hair on them.
Okay. I would say, if I'm being honest, right now I would rate it at a solid 6. 6 out of 10. Is that all right?
I'll take that.
Okay.
That's coming from you. That's like
I say 6 out of 10.
Coming from you.
And I agree with I agree with Chris. I agree with the doc. A goatee is a type of beard.
Yeah.
If it was a straight up mustache, I'd say I can't. But goatee is like, it's a form of a beard, or it could be the start of a beard, depending on the person. So
okay, yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
No, I totally accept that.
Like before, I was able. Oh, here's Pluggo in the chat saying, "Be there soon, studs." Oh, we're waiting on you, babe. Talking about Orange Cassidy though, because this, like Lawrence said in the chat, he's been money since day one, and we were talking about it a little bit off air, and then you were like, "Hey, before we get too deep and maybe give some good takes or stuff like this, and we won't remember this conversation. Like, let's hold it off until we're on the show." We got Josh Robinson popping in saying hello. I will be on his channel right after this show. We're going to be continuing our Wendy Chu adventure over in WWE 2K23. So I'll be heading over there after this show. Hab guy saying as well, we round up in Canada. But like I said, Orange Cassidy's going to main event All Out on Sunday with Jon Moxley. I don't know if he'll beat Jon Moxley, but I think he should. I want him to too. I think he should. But I want your initial opinions on Orange Cassidy. But what we were talking about where you were like, okay, let's stop, is I said, in the next 6 months, like maybe not when he was first signed, but where they have built him, especially with this 30-0 defending the international championship and all this stuff, if you were to tell me in the next 6 months that Orange Cassidy would be involved in him going for the world title, that would be 100% believable to me.
Absolutely. I'm not laughing at your take, Warren.
No, I know. Mr. Warren Hayes
watch
with a super chat saying, in support of Pluggo not making the show tonight. Sup, Mike, indeed. Mr. Warren Hayes, always a pleasure. Always.
Good evening. It's so much easier to push the chair out than just to pull it in, yeah? Orange Cassidy. Okay, so the thing about him is, Revolution 2020, match against Pac. Everyone's like, oh shit, he can really go. And it's like, yeah, he totally can. And then everyone forgets about him for a little while. And then, he has a Mimosa Mayhem match with Jericho. It's like, oh yeah, Orange Cassidy, really good wrestler. Then everyone forgets him for a little while. And then Double or Nothing comes around, and it's like, oh, he's in a triple threat match with Pac and Kenny Omega for the world title at Double or Nothing. He doesn't belong there. And then he has a great fucking match, and it's awesome. And then everyone forgets about him. And then a year later, it's like, oh, he's wrestling Will Ospreay for Forbidden Door. And they have a fucking show-stealing match. And it's like, oh, Orange Cassidy's awesome. And then everyone forgets him a little while. And then finally, he gets the fucking international title. And he gets this weekly reminder of how good he is to get to show everybody for the last. So I was there when he won it. That was October 15th, something like that, 2022. But yeah, so that Wednesday, he won it, beat Pac, dope match. Pac, one of the best DDT souls ever in that match. I got to be there. It was so fun. Yay. Woohoo. And now we're here. It's almost a whole calendar year later. I don't want him to lose this belt yet. Still,
No,
I just want him to keep going because, like, at this point, I feel like he could beat anyone. I totally believe that he could.
yeah, that's why I'm saying if you were to tell me that he was going to go for the AEW World, if you would have told me 2.5 years ago that Orange Cassidy would one day be AEW Heavyweight Champion, I would have been like, no. What he's doing now, middle, in a trios, doing that, he's just really good at it. Now, if you were to tell me, oh, he's going to be going after the title against MJF and, in 6 months heading into Full Gear or whatever, the Revolution in February or whatever, I would be like, totally believable. 100% believable. I would want him to win that match most likely because I'm a big fan of Orange Cassidy.
We've spent almost an entire year now, every single week, watching him beat people of various shapes, sizes, styles, skill levels, like strength levels. And like, he doesn't always do it the same way. And that's the best part about it. It's like, for what was considered to be a very one-dimensional gimmick that probably isn't going to translate well to television, he's managed to have different, like, adaptable matches with all sorts. He doesn't do the same single thing. It's not like the same thing over and over and over with every single opponent. The way he's changed it up with everybody that he's been in the ring with. It's like fresh and fun every time, even though it's like, say, he's still doing that, like, sloth style, kind of like lazy fighting almost. But
yeah. And well, hold on now. It looks like, are we ready? Are we ready? Thumbs up if you're ready. Thumbs up. Boom. All right.
Yeah.
Pluggo has arrived. It's official. Welcome.
Sorry, boys, to
new
ruin the
episode
fun.
of Between Two Beers.
I mean,
people.
do we get to keep Warren's $5 since he was pro me not being here?
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
Change of plans is good every once in a while. That's why I go on vacation, to give everyone a break.
If somebody doesn't send us a super chat in support of me being here, I might just leave so we can keep making money.
There we go. See, Warren's fine.
No,
just
hang on. Real quick. No, it's okay.
Damn it. I mean,
Yeah, I got it. I got us covered. It's okay. No takesies, backsies. We're good.
118 episodes. Ain't gonna get rid of me that easy, boys.
Yeah.
No. There it is. Lawrence saying Pluggo is here. Everybody stop gossiping about him.
I want to keep talking. I'd like to keep talking about how handsome Pluggo is. Thank you.
Yeah.
The rumors are swirling why I was late.
No, I told everybody
I was on my way here.
Yeah, you were being a good
to be a part of this show, but then some punk came up to me and said, "Cry me a river, it's real glass," and I had to fight him.
Oh, well, we were waiting. All right. Okay.
My Owen, my littlest, you said I was being a good dad watching my oldest play football, and I was. He's in high school. I couldn't make last week due to circumstances that were out of my control, weather and just scheduling conflicts. And this week I was able to go, and he had a good time. But then my little one started shit with me right before the program, so I fought him. CM Punk style. Yeah. He's no longer allowed on Collision on Saturday nights.
There we go. Out. See? Not even in catering. Get the hell out of here.
I told him he better stay out of the kitchen. I was like, you don't get to eat around here, bro.
Did Mrs. Pluggo see what happened, or did she only hear of the incident?
She's only heard of it so far. She's gathering intel at this point.
All right,
it's a fun fact, real quick. I know we only have a short time, but literally, no joke. I got home
stuff up, so do it.
In a decent time, and I'm like, Owen, like, we're here. Like, let's get out of the car. Let's go inside. Let's get all watch a movie, relax, whatever. Your mom's almost home, and he was like, no. He just like lost it, and I'm like, do you want to stay in the car? And he's like, no. And I was like, well, you got to pick a lane, Owen. You need to pick one. We either are going to sit in this car or we're going to go in the house. Like, pick one. And he just fought me all the way in the house. And yeah, so
fair.
I was like, what are you doing? Parenting. Like, I was like, I'll give you whatever you want. I'm like, but anyway. Yeah. I know that you boys did a kick-ass job this past weekend talking All In extensively.
And we want to get your opinions. We want to get your opinions on it.
It's hard for me to talk about All In without talking about one Cortez Montavious Punk.
Well, we're going to talk about him separately and everything that went down. I figured that'll be the majority of the
Is that what it
of our-
stands for?
So we
Cortez
figured-
Mark.
I think
Marquez?
I always called him Charles Montgomery Punk, but that's
Charles
just me.
Montgomery.
That's just me.
In the chat, drop your best CM. What does it stand
Well,
for?
actually, Lawrence is
Your
kind of
best-
spreading some truths in the chat, though, because the real story was Pluggo and Spencer crossed paths over the weekend. And Spencer said,
Finally.
"Do we have a problem?" And Punk and Pluggo didn't back down, and
Yeah.
it got into an altercation. And
Yes,
like-
Pluggo.
Pluggo was suspended the first 15 minutes.
I was
of the
like, you
first
stay.
13
I
minutes
was
of
like,
the show.
listen here, Spencer
So
Love.
that's truly
Spenny.
how it went down. But
I said, Spenny, you stay on over there on the LPW side of things. Over here, the beards.
we run the show.
We got this. You stay. You stay over there.
And he
I'm
said, "Do we got a
spending that
problem?"
money.
And Pluggo went,
Yeah.
yeah, we do."
We had
And
we
that
had
was that.
what was rumored to be a contentious
Yeah.
conversation.
That's what it was. All right, no.
In
So
the
give it.
back
All right.
stage.
So taking the. Let's not. We'll.
I'm not
consider
going to go
that-
too. I won't go do too
We'll
too
consider
deep
that a
into
separate thing. Just give
all
us
in.
your
It
opinions.
was good.
Of all in the event.
I enjoyed it. I liked it. I like I said, it was kind of marred throughout the whole night over the other stuff, which really bummed me out because it took away from what was a historic night in wrestling history. Again, they do that all the time. That's like AEW's thing. But no,
Is it
I
AEW
enjoyed it.
thing, or
No,
is it CM
Is it
Punk's thing?
yeah, yeah. I
Seems like a
think
CM Punk thing.
I believe it would be crushing muffins punks thing.
Yeah, crumb Muppet Punk. Chrysanthemum Museum Punk. Drew Nicholas in the chat, our buddy Drew popping in saying hello. Me and Drew will be talking about this at length.
Can't make
Sunday
happy
morning
Punk.
at 10 a.m. on Firmly AEW. We'll be,
But
and I'm sure
no.
we'll be talking about it at decent length tonight. But just your initial opinions, the matches that stuck out to you, what was your favorite things,
the
anything you didn't
MJF
like.
Cole stuff was really good. I really enjoyed that. That was like I was curious what they were going to do going in with the ROH stuff and winning the titles because we thought maybe they would cross each other there, but they didn't. So I was like, oh shit, okay, cool. But overall, just like it was a fun night. I haven't quite watched everything yet. I've had a weird week. We don't have a ton of time to go into the weird week that was Pluggo. But from what I did watch, I did enjoy that. I enjoyed the ladies 4-way a lot. I did think it was odd giving it to Saraya, though. I mean, Sheeta just winning
it was an
it,
odd
and it was an odd decision in my opinion. Not that I don't think anything, that she doesn't deserve it or anything. It's just they just put it on Sheeta, and I feel like if you were gonna put it on Sheeta just to put it on Saraya, you could have told a more fun story with Tony and Saraya. Maybe you still can. I didn't watch Dynamite last night, to be completely
You
honest.
didn't watch Dynamite.
I did not watch Dynamite last night. I have been like, I actually did not go to work today. I was not feeling good yesterday. So I had a morning. Plugalo is in a hipster acoustic guitar phase. Dude,
Is that about the
it
hat?
is officially,
I think it's about the
it is August 31st. I'm getting a jump on quote unquote fall, and fall
It's
is
gonna be hot as hell
beanie
here next
season
week,
for
though.
no reasons.
Oh, I thought that was
Beanie
one of those.
seasons
I
for
thought
no
that was
reason.
an anxiety hood that they put over dogs.
No, but I've got the one that you
That is-
called out last week. I've got that sitting here somewhere as well. Maybe. But yeah, beanie season for no reason, Sullivan. If I could I would wear a beanie any day of the week if I could. But when it is 90 degrees outside, it's harder. So yeah, I'm rocking that today. But yeah, I could be. I don't know if I would. I'm not exactly a guitarist. I don't know.
Goddamn toque, eh?
Hey, Big Bad Boris!
Big Bad Boris, baby.
Stud of a human being. Love you.
Absolute stud.
It's a goddamn toque.
Goddamn toque. But
Yeah.
overall, all in for me was a good time. It was very cool to see. Very cool. It's awesome to see competition. I know that I've never seen so many arena experts on the internet over a week. Oh Jesus!
About how many people were there?
Yeah, everybody's like, that's not 90.
Unbelievable.
That's not even. That's not even.
I went at one guy.
It is.
I went at
I'm
one
gonna
guy.
put it on the screen because it's funny as shit to me.
Well,
But yeah,
because
hey
Drew
there,
said that it felt
Delilah.
like fall. It felt like fall in New
Hey
York
there,
today.
Delilah. What's
Remember
it
that song?
like
That song
in-
came on randomly somewhere I was at like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I was like, I think I said it aloud. I was by myself. I think I just said it to other people, strangers. I was like, "Is this Hey There, Delilah?"
We've been
And they were like, "Yeah." And I was like, "God."
Were you at Yankee Candle?
I don't know. Hey, I got no problem with Yankee
For
Candle.
better or for worse, we have been doing this show for 2+
We're
years.
emo kids. That's what
We're
we
emo
are.
kids.
We're emo
That's
and
my
friggin' metal kids.
bag.
That's what we are. It's all right.
Like,
It
don't
happens. Hey There,
don't-
Delilah, dude. When that shit came out, I ate that shit up. I ate that shit up for like a month. I was like, look at this romantic song.
Yeah, no, that song, that was one of those emo
That's
songs that was so good it got co-opted by like
They had a music video for that shit.
It
They
was
were on
one of those.
MTV.
It was
It
one of those
became-
emo songs that was so big and got so. It wasn't even on the album. That
My
got
mom knew
big.
that song.
They
That's
put
how
it
I knew
on
it was.
there.
That my mom knew that song.
Hey there, Delilah. What's it like backstage at All In? Is CM Punk fighting with Jungle Jack again? Oh, yes, he is.
Hey, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Those two can't get along for shit. It's annoying. I just made that shit up on the fly because I wouldn't have thought of Hey There, Delilah in a million years. But thank
That's
you, Ryan.
freestyle. That's freestyle.
So
and
feel
Pluggo.
free to somebody to clip that out, and maybe I'll get famous.
You could.
Maybe,
You could.
maybe Catavius Caldwell.
All right. So
Punk won't-
Dynamite was fine last night. I thought it was a pretty good show. There was some good stuff that happened, but what a lot of people, and we were talking about it on your way here because I was like, we're gonna save the Punk stuff for Pluggo. Obviously, we want to hear his opinions and all. In. We'll talk a little bit about All Out, but last night's Dynamite was a good show. But at the end, the main event was Penta versus Orange Cassidy. The
I
winner,
actually can, Warren.
yeah.
The whole stream is gonna be me laughing. Like I'm just dying.
Just Warren shitting.
Listen,
on
I
I'm
work
not
for
gonna-
a company that is on the way to zero waste. I know all about the composting bins.
I have to
how
deal
to
with
make it
waste at
happen.
my job too, and regular. Yeah, unfortunately.
Listen.
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 So, the main event was for the international championship. It was Orange Cassidy versus Penta, and the winner is going to face John Moxley at All Out on Sunday. A very good match. Orange Cassidy wins
really?
30-0, his 30th title defense in a row, 30-0, and he is going to face Moxley at All Out. And then Orange Cassidy cut a promo, which is very unlike Orange Cassidy. He doesn't cut promos, but he grabbed a chair, he grabbed a mic, and he cut a pretty good promo saying, this Sunday, Moxley, I'm going to come after you. I'm going to beat you. I'm going to retain the championship. I've been here. I've been defending this. I care about defending this. And I'm going to beat you this Sunday. And the last line was, because I'm Orange Cassidy and I don't have a catchphrase. And that was it. And the crowd was going nuts, and people are like, wow, that was a really good promo. But there's still certain people out there that just refuse to give this guy his on this show. We have been glowing for a long time. And I even mentioned how I was glowing back in the War Report days with the franchise. We were glowing about Orange Cassidy. If you don't like Orange Cassidy anymore, I don't understand. I don't understand what he needs to do.
Well,
to
I can tell you he won't be able to do anything. But Warren, to answer your question, only if it's acoustic.
Is it Iris though? Would Iris be the choice?
I don't know if Iris would be the choice, but I mean that's a good song. It's a good fucking song. But yeah, I could tell you this from just experience alone on the Orange Cassidy front. I could craft the most like complex, well thought out tweet / Facebook post, whatever it could be, about anything in wrestling. All I have to do is mention Orange Cassidy, and people get just absolutely bonkers because they all they see is the fake kicks in the hands and the pockets, and they think, oh, this guy's a joke. He's a joke gimmick. He can't go. But the thing is, he actually can if you paid attention. So I'm all on it. Dude, maybe I need to. Do I need to cut myself an album here? It looks like
you might have to. They're singing the song in the chat over here. Sullivan and Warren going at it. Drew, obviously thinking that John Moxley is going to beat OC. Listen, I like John Moxley too.
I don't want it.
I want Orange Cassidy to beat John Moxley on Sunday.
I'm not much.
It should be the main event. It should be the main event of that show.
Well, now it's going to main event because Punk's suspended.
Yeah, 100%. It deserves. Both of them deserve that to be the main event.
I'm not one to steal gimmicks, but I guess we could freestyle any emo punk song that you'd like into talking about wrestling, we could do that. I don't want to steal the karaoke gimmick
we're not.
from our friends Alex and Kate, but
Let's not do that.
what? You don't want to sing? You're not a singer?
I can sing.
Oh, I can sing. I can
my
sing
regular
real
words.
good.
I don't.
If you want to get down on, I'm just kidding. Remember, this
Wow.
is Step Brothers. I
Jeez
sing.
Louise.
I sing really
What's
good.
going on, bro? What's going on, bro?
I showed up to ruin the show.
I mean, I don't think you're ruining the show by any means.
Pluggo was late because he has an outside vegan restaurant getting people to sign the petition. Yeah, listen, bro, we got to save those sea turtles one by one from, you know.
Hey, man, nobody should be messing with the sea turtles.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Listen, if you don't have time to sign the petition, that's a you problem. That's not a me problem. You're the
All
problem.
right. Let's.
Do you have big plans for the weekend? Are you gonna go like chain yourself a tree or like sit down in an intersection and block traffic?
Not this weekend. I'm taking this week because my son's birthday is this weekend. My football playing son, his birthday's on Labor Day, so we're gonna hang out.
Very nice.
So, I'll get him some free-range tofu, the tofu that lived a good, healthy life, some bean plant sprout. Yeah, dude. If you don't know about free-range tofu, then you ain't cool like me.
Wow, bro. Are you calling me not cool?
I mean, I don't know, man. Do you eat free-range tofu?
No, I don't need.
What?
Are you one of those carnivore meat eaters like CM Punk?
Yeah.
Where does it range freely?
Yeah. Where does tofu?
If you have
That's
to
what I'm
ask,
saying. How does tofu range?
If
free?
you have to ask, you can't afford it.
Wow, I can't
Bullshit and
afford
Pluggo.
it. You calling me a poor?
If you can't afford free-range tofu,
Are you calling? I can't imagine
a
that free
four.
range tofu is cheap in today's world.
listen,
I
my
don't know.
tofu gets to range freely, do its thing, relax.
How does tofu range freely?
It
Not
just does.
where.
This
How?
is not the vegan power hour.
You're the one coming in here talking about motherfucking free range tofu.
You showed up in that hat. I don't know.
You showed up wearing that hipster ass hat talking about free range tofu and singing songs, motherfucker.
If you go
Don't
back
come in
through
here to
the
me.
annals of Beard's time,
What?
I've worn these.
Ayo.
pieces. I wore one last week. I wear them all the time. Now it's fine. Why was Quiz Plus 45 minutes on free range tofu? Yeah, listen, Zach, Puff, Sway Archer, Little Mean Kathleen. I'm sorry. We're gonna have to push you back to the 11 o'clock hour. I've got a whole thing.
Listen, we once talked about geese
Yeah.
for over almost an hour on this
You
show.
brought the indie wrestling guy in here.
Yeah.
Like stick to
Okay.
your time. Yeah, fucking right.
Let's relax. All right,
We're
we have
going.
a half-
We
have
are
a half
going
hour.
into business for ourselves.
We have a half hour to go. We haven't even touched CM Punk yet.
I'd like to.
Be careful. If you touch CM Punk, he'll have you banned from the arena.
He might.
Yeah.
Mike, what were you gonna say? I'm sorry.
That was gonna be a similar joke.
Despite all my rage, my tofu does not live in a cage.
We're not talking about Billy Corgan today. We're not doing anything that involves Billy Corgan at all. We're not talking about him. All right, that's what's happening here.
Will say one of the best gifts of the last week.
Oh, with the rope, Tyrus running the ropes,
That fucking man,
bro.
hitting the ropes like
When you
Bernie
say
in
hitting,
Weekend
what
of
do you mean?
Bernie's.
Because he grazed at best, grazed the ropes at best. God
Anyway.
bless that man on
Dude,
his
play
retirement.
the graphic. I
God
don't want to
bless.
talk about that guy. Let's talk about this guy.
All right. Well, no,
Push the
we're
button.
going to. But is there anybody? Do we want to talk about the all-out card at all? There's 9 matches now. But there's no world championship. MJF and Adam Cole will be defending the Ring of Honor titles on there. But
I
there's
figured
no.
if you wanted to finish with that, we could go over
Okay,
the
you want
card.
to do that? All right. Yeah. All right. All right. So
Yeah,
it's time,
yeah.
guys.
Punk first,
The-
Ring of Honor.
The
all
tofu,
later.
the real tofu and potatoes of the tonight is the CM Punk news.
All right. Well, you know what it's time for, guys. Then it's time. Punk date.
Ooh, Punk date, baby.
Oh, CM. Punk.
What the? Never mind.
All right, now. Okay. Now, Pluggo, we've gone on record of plenty. You have gone on record of plenty saying CM Punk is your favorite wrestler of all the times. I think that is to be. There he is. There's Phil.
I want you to hear this, Phil. I want you to be here for this,
Okay.
Phil.
So, all
Philip.
in. The last match on the pre-show was Hook versus Jungle Boy. And during the match, Jungle Boy came out in a limo. And during the match, CM Punk just on screen, just at one point,
This is real
Perry,
glass. Cry me a river.
At one point, Jack Perry knocks on the windshield of the limo, and he looks directly in the camera and goes, "You know what that is? It's real glass. Cry me a river." And immediately, everyone was like, "Uh-oh." Like everybody. No matter how you thought it, everybody, all of us collectively, when he said that, went, "Oh boy."
There was a lot of shine on.
Oh boy. So
there was a collective clench among.
There was, and I thought the Hook Jungle Boy match was good. Whatever that match ends, and CM Punk and Samoa Joe are scheduled to open.
You know it's bad when it's rumored that Samoa Joe had to convince CM Punk to do the match.
Well, we're gonna get there, Pluggo. We're gonna get there. So there are multiple sides to this story. I did a little bit too. I laughed. I wouldn't say I popped, but I liked it. But immediately when he said it, I was like, okay, yeah, all right. But I was also like, he's gonna want to kill you. Like I understood everything that was going on. So they cross paths in the back, and one side says that one guy stepped to who, the other guy says, but the report says that CM Punk said, "Do we have a problem?" And Jack Perry did not back down. And there was said to be a physical altercation with some shoving, no punches, but some shoving, some grabbing. A face lock was reported at points, maybe a choke, something like that. The report was that Tony Khan and multiple other witnesses were right in the vicinity when it happened. I think Fightful, I haven't looked at it, so I don't want to judge, but I'm pretty sure I am a Fightful Select subscriber. I got an email today that said there was footage of it, or there is footage of it somewhere. But I don't think
there's a lot. Like the entirety of England is under CCTV essentially, so like there is cameras all over that stadium.
Yeah,
almost certainly.
Yeah.
So no, hey, but no small dogs were harmed in the making of this backstage brawl, and nobody was bit this time, so that's kind of cool.
There you go. So then we hear Jungle Boy gets sent home. Tony Khan sends Jungle Boy home. CM Punk gets to stay at the show. There was also a report that CM Punk was already ticked off because when he flew in, there was no AEW did not send a driver or a car to pick him up at the airport, which I guess they didn't do for anybody. I guess there was like a window that you could have ordered one, but they didn't really do it for anybody. So it's not like, but I guess CM Punk was pretty peeved about that.
Okay.
This happens.
Okay. Wait, hang on. Tell everyone how he got to his hotel.
Well, I was under. Yeah, right.
So he took like the subway.
Yeah, the tube.
And he was like assisted by fans. But like, here's my question. It's 2023, bro.
Yeah.
Uber exists like fucking everywhere.
Yeah, I don't know why he just didn't order an Uber.
Why wouldn't you just take like?
It's 2023. CM Punk ain't living in 2023, bro.
CM Punk can't afford a fucking Uber.
The judge, Big Ben Omen there. What's up, buddy?
I'm gonna go take the most inconvenient and confusing way around this country that I'm not overly familiar with.
Yep.
Versus I'm just gonna open up an app on my phone and order a car that's gonna take me to the place, and I don't have to worry about ever finding my way there.
Wow, Ben Omen putting you over, Pluggo. He says Pluggo is a better team member than Punk. I mean,
that's right.
Yeah. So
tell me when he's telling lies.
Tell me when I'm telling lies. Then
Kawhi Leonard on the San Antonio Spurs in his final season was a better team member than Punk.
Is anybody familiar with like that? Remember when MGK and what is it? MGK and Machine Gun Kelly went after Eminem, and in that rap battle, he basically was like, Isn't it funny that the big bad bully of the rap game couldn't take a joke? That was MGK's like take on it. Was like, oh, he made a joke to Eminem, and Eminem got all butt hurt.
Yeah.
What is going on? CM Punk is like the king of stirring shit. He's like, this is how he got over. This is what made us all fall in love with him, was taking shots at management and people big, The Rock and Cena and all these people. And like little Jungle Boy, little baby Jungle Boy, little guy who I don't even like because of how he did my dude Marco Stunt and Hook anyway, makes one little crack and you can't just let it go to, again, what's killing me is that this is all we're talking about. After another historic event is like Punk got all butt hurt over something that was said, and whether he's right or wrong, whether he's like, it shouldn't have happened, whether you're right, Phil, or you're wrong, Phil, which one is it? I don't know. Couldn't we have just waited till after and talked about it then? You had to put that match in jeopardy and then potentially more, because what if that brawl would have gotten escalated and people got hurt? Other people walked off. You could have just shut the whole show down, Punk. What were you thinking?
I don't know.
He's straight edge. He can't handle any little crap.
Listen, I said this when we went on record. I said, is it worth it long term for him to come back? Is it worth? I know they were trying to get Collision off the ground, and I know a lot of the reports are leaning towards this was more Jack Perry than it was Punk this time. But still, there's that common denominator in the center that's like, come on, Grandpa Phil. These young kids are doing what you were doing. They were raised on you. They saw what you were doing on Monday Night Raw, dropping pipe bombs. They're just trying to do it too. Just let it go, man. Just let it go.
I was stoked for CM Punk to come back. I was like, just damn it, I can't. I'm not looking forward to whenever Phil Brooks comes around.
Yeah,
Dude, like,
he hasn't been back that long. This is not that long that he's been back. This happens. Now they're both
hurt a lot.
They're both suspended. They're both not going to be at All Out. And we say that now, who knows? But they're both seemingly not going to be at All Out now. There was a second rumor that came out that said SRS has at least reported that it was a jokey thing. But there was a second report that said that Punk and Miro got in some backstage banter later, but that apparently was in jest. They were just kind of joking around with each other.
Yeah, that was ha-has.
I would have loved to have been there for that.
There's a report, according to Brian Alvarez, that says that later that evening, CM Punk and Tony Khan got into a heated discussion in Tony Khan's office, where CM Punk reportedly said, "I hate this place." And there's rumors that said he wanted to quit. And at that point, if I'm Tony Khan, I'd be like, then fucking go. See you later.
Be completely honest.
Be honest. Bluff. Get out of here then. See you later, Phil.
That was bluff.
Be completely honest and just like, is the juice worth the squeeze? If he left tomorrow, would it really be that big a loss? Like,
well, I think the problem is Warner Brothers, I think, agreed to having a second show in Collision under the agreement that CM Punk was going to be the draw on the show. I don't think Collision exists if CM Punk is not part of that package.
And I'm no expert.
Or there's a chance at least.
But I don't know if that's making them a ton of money. It probably is. I don't know. But at the same time, like, again, if you're Warner Brothers, on top of it, though, do you have to sit there and go, he keeps getting suspended because he hates where he's at. He's fighting with everyone. Do we keep him? Is it worth it? Like, he's sending people home from Collision to do work. He's taking food out of people's mouths, so to speak, because of some comment. Like, I get it. Jack Perry went into business for himself, and probably that comment wasn't needed. It's a classic, like, did you really have to say that, Jack? Did you really need to go there? You didn't. I know why you did, but you could have left that alone. And it's just like, and I said it, and I'm going to keep saying it. Tony Khan needs to get this goddamn house in order.
I mean,
like, he needs to step up and just go, listen, I'm the boss. And this is how you do it. And I'm sorry. And again, Phil, you're my guy. You're the reason that I got back into this business. And you're the reason that I'm here. What I'm doing now is because, like, I just fell back in love with wrestling because of you. But Tony needs to just be like, you're done, man. I'll eat the loss. I'll sit you for the duration of your contract
Yeah,
and
I'll
set
pay you to
set
go
the
home, but
tone.
Yeah,
Set the
I'll
tone.
pay you to go home, but if you're not going to change the way you are, you're not working here.
But he's
Sorry.
too. He doesn't. He got. We joked about it that week. He like yelled at Adam Cole and MJF in the office.
Yeah, on the skit. That's
That
how he
was
needed
like-
to be in real life.
Yeah.
That's what you need to do.
Mike, make it make sense, Mike.
Honestly, I'm like, I might be the worst person to have had on here on a week where this is the kind of discourse, because this is exactly the kind of stuff that I try to actively avoid in
It's
my
fair.
wrestling consumption experience.
Yeah.
It's just more. I it's so much more fun for me just watching what happens on my TV and like not thinking about everything else. But you know, obviously, I see. You know,
But this is why
I
this
read
is-
shit. I know what's happening, and like
This is why they don't take the company
It-
serious as people who
it doesn't make like
it doesn't make sense.
all
how
of
is-
all of these problems are just so avoidable if people just act like fucking grown ass adults.
I'm not naive. I'm not silly. I know that any company in the world across the world, I said it, I don't know why I'm saying it again, is going to have problems. Problems come up in every day. My shoot job problems come up. It happens. But it's just like the things, like you said, Mike, they're avoidable things, and they're such silly little things that, like, I didn't like what he said in a promo, so I'm going to shut this whole thing down. Oh, he made that comment on air. Instead of just going, you know what? Why even bring it up? Let's get through this. I'll take you off to the side. We can talk it out afterwards. But again,
he's never going to do it. But all it's literally going to take is for CM Punk to be the bigger man. That's literally all he had to do.
Yeah.
Was let Jungle Boy walk by and in his brain be like, all right, little guy thinks, young kid thinks he's a fucking tough guy. Whatever. Not worth it.
because then on top of it, and then go out and have a
Just
killer
go
match with
and then
Samoa Joe.
Then you have Samoa Joe, who's been doing this forever, as long as you guys are friends. He's one of the few people that still considers you a friend. And he wants to wrestle in front of 80,000 people at Wembley. That's an achievement for him in his career. And then this happens, and then you're like, oh, I'm not going to wrestle. I'm not going out there. To the point where Tony Khan is asking other wrestlers, can you potentially go on first? Because Phil might not go out. Can you potentially work? Can you pull it? And Samoa Joe's like, are you fucking kidding me? Are you kidding me? My match is not getting canceled here. I don't know how. I don't know if Samoa Joe went over to CM Punk and said, hey, Samoa Joe was apparently, he was there to break it up. He was one of the people there to break it up. And he was pissed, as he should be. And if, you know what? I know wrestling is kayfabe and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure there might be a list of people you really don't want mad at you. Samoa Joe's on that list. You don't want Samoa Joe pissed off at you because he'll probably
He'll show up at your house.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm pretty sure he's one of the guys that you're like, I'd like him to be on my. Yeah.
Well, not even. Go ahead, Mike.
I'm going to actually just expand upon that. It's in his name, Samoa Joe. If wrestling has taught us anything, don't want any Samoan mad at you.
No. No. They're
No.
no. They are
But
tough
just like
people.
he's already pissed off the EVPs where they don't want to work with him, so they basically keep away from each other. He's alienating all the younger talent. There was already rumors when they were talking about bringing him back that there were people that weren't going to be thrilled about it, but they were going to do it because it made sense for business. And again, you don't have to like everybody under the sun. Like, quarterbacks don't always like their receivers, but you got to go out there on Sunday, no pun intended, and get the job done. And they can't leave well enough alone knowing we just did 81,000 people at Wembley. We have all this great publicity going for us because this is a huge deal. It's never been done by any company. Like, just shut up and wrestle. Like, I don't mean to be, because but it's just so annoyingly frustrating when you're like, what the hell are we doing here? What are we talking about? Real glass, fake glass? Who's in charge is what I want to know. Like, who's running the show here? Is it CM Punk or is it Tony Khan? Tony Khan needs to, he's a we talk about it. Being a fan is not a bad thing, but when you're in charge of this company and then you're having people, what's going to end up happening is like it's going to become such a mess. You're going to have like people boycotting within. It might be one of these like, we're just done. Like, what if one Wednesday night everybody goes, if Punk's still on the team, we're out.
You gotta be people's boss.
You gotta set that boundary. You've got to create a boundary of like, listen, like, go home. The suspension, how long is it going to last? Yeah, it sucks that they're not going to be it all out because it's Chicago, it's Punk. That's always huge. It's it is the biggest event, for AEW on a yearly basis, and they're not going to have CM Punk or Jack Perry there. Like, it's going to sting. The ticket sales for Collision this Saturday, I saw it right on my way home, was like down. They've got because Punk's not going to be there, and it's going to be Chicago, and it's just, it's just a tough thing. I don't understand it. Like, what are we talking about here, guys? Just get along. Just get along. Everybody,
not even get along. Just be professional.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't like everyone I work with.
There's plenty of people that work with other people they don't get along with. That is fine to me. You don't want to like the person? Good. Act like an adult. Act like a professional. Make money. Make money. What are you doing? Okay. All right. We got about 15. We could talk about it for hours, honestly. Because we
really could.
And then
we should do it.
He didn't find out that he was suspended until the report came out that he was suspended. And it's like, okay, well, if that's like, oh my God, I don't know, man. To me, we joke about it. That's not true.
Tell Ryan when he's telling lies.
That's not true. We talked about it a few weeks ago when all the reports were coming out that he was saying, I don't want this guy at Collision. And AEW was like canceling flights of people and returning people home. And I was like, who runs the show?
You can't do that.
Is CM Punk in charge or is Tony Khan in charge?
But that's what I'm getting.
Everybody needs to know who's in charge.
Put
it on the shelf.
I had to put him on the shelf because honestly, sitting like this hurt my neck. And I'm, you know what? That's what I'm saying. Like, you're canceling, you're spending money as a company overall to make CM Punk happy to the point where you're alienating. Like, Jack Perry's one of the pillars of the company.
Yeah.
He's one of the 4 guys that from the beginning that were like, this is going to be your future. You're sacrificing 20 years of Jack Perry for another year of CM Punk, maybe 2, if you're lucky. And that's on a condensed schedule. And he's canceling like storylines that are supposed to be, we're North Carolina, all these people over here, let's get it done. And he's saying, no, keep that on Wednesdays. You can't be doing that. I don't know who this is. This is Hulk Hogan-esque creative control flexing. And what are the people that CM Punk used to bash for all this? Oh, yes, I am. She's home.
Hey, Pluggo, pipe down, will you?
Yeah,
hi, honey. Pluggo. Nice to see you.
Pipe down, Pluggo.
If you can hear her.
Jeez Louise.
Sorry, this guy. I've been wanting to talk about this. I almost.
That's why we waited.
I was like, we should have done
the full hour on Punk.
We could have we should have done an off stream, like an off night. I was so fired up about it because I was just like, if Tony Khan says I need Jack Perry at Collision sorry, honey, I'm getting yelled at.
I heard that.
Tell me when I'm telling lies. But no, if you need Jack Perry in North Carolina to cut a promo to further a storyline, then you just Punk shut up and let him do it, and then let him go home afterwards. It's not like he has to hang out and he's gonna be, you know what I mean? Just like let him come do his thing and leave. And then the stuff with Paige, it's like, bro, you're killing this thing because you don't like it. Well, then just stop showing up. But Tony Khan made him come back because of his contract. So Tony Khan was like, well, I need you. But now you got Collision off the ground. Is Punk really necessary? Sure, if you wanted to, but you could make up those. It's not like they're doing millions of viewers on Saturday night. I think you do just fine with the Bucks and Omega and everybody else and Miro. Focus on Miro. He's cool.
Well, if CM Punk's not going to be there, that should be Jay White's show.
There you go.
Oh, Chad. My Chad.
What?
Mrs. Pluggo probably shut the chat down because
she probably did.
She was like,
Yeah,
quit
hear
yelling.
Oh, no, I don't know.
Oh, yeah,
You can hear me. I can hear you.
Anyway, I'll cap that. We could talk about it further. I'm sure he'll do something stupid before next week.
Yeah, we got about 10 minutes left in the show.
Maybe
So
I'll
let's at
just
least-
crash firmly AEW.
So let's at least dive into the card of All Out for the last.
And why
10
do we
minutes
only
of
have
this
10
show.
minutes left? Because Quizplex with Zach comes up at 9 o'clock on this very channel with Little Mean Kathleen defending their title against Puff and Sway Archer. That's gonna rule.
That's gonna rule.
I was gonna produce that last week until the unfortunate news broke, but Spencer's got that under control today, so that should be a good time.
Yeah. All right. So here is the card.
Let's go, Sway. Do it for Canada, Betty.
Oh, there we go. We know who Mike's pulling for. So we have a 9-match card. Better Than You, baby. Adam Cole and MJF will be defending the Ring of Honor Tag Team Championships.
She said I could yell away, so I'm gonna yell. Wow. She said I could yell, so we're gonna talk about All Out now. Sorry.
Oh my God.
They are having a Ring of Honor Tag Team Battle Royal on Rampage this week, and the winner will face Better Than You, baby. The teams involved in the Battle Royal are Aussie Open, Best Friends, The Hardys, Angelo Parker and Matt Menard, Action Andretti and Darius Martin, Gates of Agony, John Silver and Alex Reynolds, The Righteous, Peter Avalon and Ryan Nemeth, and the Outrunners. So those are the teams
Ryan
involved
Nemeth's
in the
name.
Royal.
Punk is
I know,
pissed.
I did. And then they will fight Adam Cole and MJF. Better Than You, baby. I expect Better Than You, baby, to keep those titles. Although,
how long do they keep them?
well, you didn't watch Dynamite last night, but last night Roddy and the Kingdom got in Adam Cole's face a little bit last night. So I could see maybe them getting involved in costing MJF and Adam Cole, but I think they keep them. I think they keep them.
The Kingdom will win those belts at Final Battle.
Yeah. I think the Kingdom will be the team that wins those belts, and they're not involved in this yet from a title perspective. So I expect Better Than You, baby, to continue that. We have an 8-man tag, which we saw a video of how that came about on Dynamite. It will be the Bullet Club Gold, the Guns, Jay White and Juice Robinson against FTR and the Young Bucks. This is going to be a lot of fun. This is going to be a lot of fun.
Two predictions.
I think Bullet Club Gold should win, but I'm gonna pick the FTR and the Bucks. I'm picking FTR and the Bucks, yeah. But I think Bullet Club Gold should win.
What are your 2 predictions for that match, Mike?
My 2 predictions for this match are the Young Bucks are gonna get Cash Wheeler involved in some 3-man, multi-man, super flippy shit spot, and Dax Harwood and Cash Wheeler are going to throw a stereo super kick with the like a quadruple super kick.
Ooh, all right.
Those are my 2 predictions for the match.
All right.
What flippy shit do you think he's gonna do?
The 450 splash.
Okay. All right.
And will he miss it, or do you think he'll actually hit it this time?
He's gonna hit it this time.
Okay. I didn't know if that was going to be like a running thing. How he just never hits the 450, just never hits it.
No, they'll do like one of those sequence chain things.
Yeah.
And it'll end up Cash.
They'll hold him down for him.
Yeah.
The end of exactly. They'll they'll get the art. Yeah. If I could predict who it happens to,
Juice.
Austin
Juice
Gunn or Juice Robinson.
All right, that's fair.
Juice, because I think he would sell it the best.
Yeah.
All right. We have a tag team match. Eddie Kingston and Shibata going up against the Blackpool Combat Club, Claudio Castagnoli and Wheeler Yuta. All I care about in this match is if Eddie Kingston gets his hands on Claudio. But if I had to pick, I think the BCC wins this match. I think the BCC wins this match.
I think they lose.
Ooh.
You all right? That's fair.
Don't make
You
me
think
pick.
Eddie gets a win here?
I think Eddie and Shibata get the win. I think
Okay.
What do you think, Eddie? I don't know, because I haven't seen anything from last night, so I don't know if they progressed it or not, but maybe Eddie gets the win, and then that offsets into we get Claudio and Eddie for the ROH title.
It could. A lot of ways they can go. All right, we have 2 big meaty men slapping meat. A match I am very much looking forward to. It is Miro versus Powerhouse Hobbs.
This isn't the big beanie men slapping me.
Oh no! Oh, you thought I was. Well, we get two of those. The other one's a title match. So
Look at that. Half
Yeah.
guy agrees with me. I love it. I love it.
But we have Miro and Powerhouse Hobbs. We got like 5 minutes, so we'll have to be a little bit quicker on our responses. But my pick here is Miro.
Hobbs.
Okay.
Free range tofu.
All right. Fair. Free range tofu. Who
This
you
is
pick?
this is free range tofu slapping free range tofu.
It could be. Who you picking?
Hobbs.
All right.
Oh, some chicanery is going to go down.
All right, that's fair. All right, we have another singles match. We have one Kenneth Omega going one-on-one with Konosuke Takeshita. This match should be excellent. Don Callis will be at ringside always. You know, last week at All In, we saw Takeshita roll up Omega and get the victory. I think Kenny gets his win back here, and Kenny Omega defeats Konosuke Takeshita.
Via roll up.
You think via roll-up? I think he's hitting that one-winged angel.
I think this will be Kenny's first singles win since he comes back. Yep.
There you go.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Yeah.
Where you at, Pluggo?
I think Kenny's going to win. I don't think you
All
have
right.
to lose twice.
All right. Here we
I
go.
love Takeshita, though. Takeshita's my guy.
I do too. That second big meaty men slapping meat. It's a singles match for the Ring of Honor World Television Championship. It is Samoa Joe defending against Shane Taylor. I am looking forward to this one as well. Shane Taylor rules. If you haven't seen Shane Taylor, I don't watch a ton of Ring of Honor, but I like me some Shane Taylor. However, I think this is a defense for Samoa Joe. He will retain the television championship.
Two Shane Taylor matches. Go watch them on Honor Club. Final Battle 2021 against Kenny King. Ring of Honor's 7th year anniversary show, I think it was in 2019. Or not 17. The Ring of Honor and the anniversary show in 2019. His match against Jeff Cobb. Super
Oh,
good.
yeah. I've seen the Cobb one. Excellent.
Yeah, watch those. This is going to steal the show. Samoa Joe retains because I don't know. I feel like he's going to. If he's going to lose, I think maybe Final Battle.
Pluggo?
Oh, I think Samoa Joe wins. I love
Right.
Shane Taylor, though.
Oh, I do too.
I hope it's I hope they give it some time.
I would like Shane Taylor to like rematch at Final Battle with like a stipulation or something.
Yeah, I wanted to see them
that'd be
give
cool.
Shane Taylor some time.
Yep, 100%.
Have a feud.
We have a
Shane
we have
Taylor
a,
talks too.
yeah,
Like,
yeah, he can cut it. Oh yeah, he's got it all. That guy's got it all. Singles match for the AEW TBS Championship. Chris Statlander defending against Ruby Soho. I'm picking Statlander to retain this. I thought Statlander was going in a direction with Mercedes Martinez. I hope that's still a thing after this, but somehow Ruby became involved and she gets the match. But I think Statlander retains, and then hopefully they keep going with that Mercedes Martinez story.
I'm taking Ruby
Wow. All right.
and the
Get
Steelers
out of here with
and
that
Seven
Steelers
Trees.
stuff. Get out of here with
God,
that
go
Steelers stuff.
Steelers. Wow.
How dare you?
Wow.
Anyway. You
Stat like I want Stat to win, but like how many big Ruby's got
That's what I'm saying. Like, how many big
Like,
it's
time
true. It's
time
true.
matches
Damn.
are you gonna lose? Like,
she's been really snake bitten, so like
Yeah.
but I don't want
All right. And then we have a singles match for the AEW TNT Championship. It will be Darby Allin going after the champion Luchasaurus with Christian Cage at ringside. I will let you two gentlemen, Pluggo, why don't we have you go first on this one? What do you think is going to happen before we talk about what we think will be the main event and then get out of here in a few minutes?
Luchasaurus wins, but I think this is that maybe you get Christian versus Luchasaurus down the line. Maybe, I don't know.
Okay.
I can't decide on this one. I could see them giving it to Darby, but I'm going to say Luchasaurus retains.
I kind of want Luchasaurus to retain just because like Christian Cage being the Christian Cage thinking acting
Oh,
like
yeah, I
the
love it.
champion.
I love it.
You know, Luchasaurus is like his vessel of combat.
And then eventually Luchasaurus realizes, like, wait a minute, that's mine, and then they have a thing.
Something, yeah, but also like I don't know. I'd
Okay.
be more interested in the TNT title with Darby.
Yeah.
Come on.
I'm actually thinking Luchasaurus wins as well. I would not be shocked if they gave it to Darby, though. All right. And before we get out of here, in the next 60 seconds or so. The main event of the evening, or what I hope is and think will be the main event. It is a singles match for the AEW International Championship. It is the champion Orange Cassidy defending against John Moxley. Mike, why don't we start with you? Who do you want to win? Who do you think wins? Who do you think leaves international champion at All Out Sunday evening?
I want Orange Cassidy to win this one, and I think, honestly, he will. Just because the United Center's not, like, getting the one thing that they probably were really expecting to see.
True.
So, like, give them something to be happy about.
That's not a bad way to go about it. All right, Pluggo, who do you got?
Mox.
You got Mox.
Yeah.
All right. I am going to stick with OC Orange Cassidy. I want him to win. I want this to continue a little bit. So that's going to be my pick. All right. Kind of a condensed version this evening. Sorry if anything seemed to rush. But Pluggo, let the people know what's coming on right after us right here.
All right, we got
YouTube.com.
Quizplex right after this with Sway Archer, Puff, Little Mean Kathleen. Zach's going to be there. Spencer's going to be there. It's a good time. Hang out over there with Quizplex. I'm going to do it real quick. You can find me tomorrow night for Exposure. We're going to do an 8 o'clock showing because Blair has to work. So we're going to do it 8 o'clock, maybe watch along with some something. I think GCW is going on. We're going to watch along with that. Do that tomorrow, 8 o'clock Eastern. And then, of course, Pluggo, Between Two Beards, all that fun stuff. And the Fantasy Football League starts up here soon.
It does. Mike, let the people know where they can find you on social medias and what else you do over on your show on Fightful Overbooked.
Yep, cool. Twitter's right there. So follow it there. Sundays, I'm on brunch with, Blair and Lawrence and whoever ends up ever showing up. Like, I don't know, Sundays are fun days. Brunch gimmick. And then Wednesdays, 6 p.m. Eastern, Fightful Overbooked. Indeed, me and Righteous Reg talking some indie wrestling. Watch it.
Love it. It's a great show. It's a good watch on Wednesday. You should go check that out big time.
Yeah.
You can find me at JPJ Loves Gaming on all social medias. You can find me here every Thursday night, 8 p.m. for Between Two Beards with this guy over here. You can find me Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. over on our Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Love Wrestling CA. Big Drew Nicholas, who you saw in the chat earlier, we do Firmly AEW, where we talk all things AEW. All right, stay right here. Quizplex will be starting right now after we finish up. Appreciate you all for joining us tonight. Mike, we will have you on very soon. You know we love having you here, my friend. Until next time, for these two lovely gentlemen, I am JPJ. You know the drill. Peace
Free
out.
range tofu for life.
Hey there, Pluggo and JPJ. It's Trent's mom, Sue, and I have a bone to pick with you. So, I understand that you guys are being real idiots and spending your entire monthly budget. You've got to be kidding me. This is not the way to be when you're trying to run a business. Your boss, Spencer, is really pissed off at you. I'm pissed off at you. You have some nerve. Get a grip. You have to control yourself. You can't just go out and spend all the money that you're making, you Two Beards guys. Oh no, this is coming out.